So, welcome to this live session about tarot and channeling to know the energy for the first 15 days of September in terms of guidance from the guides in channeling and as far as the tarot is concerned. Before we begin, all those of you who do not know me, I am Ruhi Aluwalia, a law of attraction coach and an energy healer. So, let me just explain you how we're going to go about this session. So I will start to channel the message first. So first we do channeling and then we do the tarot. So what exactly is channeling? Well, I will just connect to my guides in a meditative state and I'll allow the guides to just guide us for the first 15 days of September. All right. So let's begin. Om. 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 The first 15 days of September are going to present you challenges at many levels. Now, these challenges are going to push you to your limits. So, that is not going to be a very, very easy, welcoming situation for all of us, but that's okay because there's going to be a lot of confusion as far as the energies are concerned. The first 15 days will present a sort of conflict of energies within us. So that means that the positive and the negative side that we all have, it's going to be almost parallel. That means your positive and the negative side will be running parallelly every time, which is why you're going to be in a state of confusion. What is very important in the first 15 days of September is just to take a distance. Very important to keep a distance with whom? With your own self. So instead of reacting to a situation, instead of reacting to a person, we suggest you that you pause. You pause and you take a distance. When you take a distance and you pause, you will avoid falling into the negative emotions like regret, hate or shame or guilty, because if you react immediately, it is very probable that maybe after a few minutes or after a few days or after a few weeks or even years, you will regret or you will just have any other negative emotion in you. So instead of accumulating tons of negative emotion, the first thing is just to stop and observe. It's okay if you are going to have conflicts of energy. Why are you going to have conflicts of energy is also interesting, because the exterior situations will really push you to your limits, and you will see that maybe the beliefs that you were holding for last so many years, months, they will just be falling apart. Looking at the social political situation, social economic situation, or maybe your social personal situation. So it is okay. It is okay, and it is okay not to be feeling too good about it. But what is important is if you can avoid from reacting at that particular moment. Take your time to react to the situation. Take your time to react to a person. Well, we can just suggest you a method which is very easy. And that easy method to take a distance from any situation is to find a pause button on your body, which means, for example, for myself, I could have I can give a pause button anywhere on my body, for example, a shoulder, or just below my collar bone, or maybe here or anywhere. So whenever next time you are in a situation where you are confronted with your emotions, where you are really wanting to react, just locate that button and press on that button immediately. But to do so today itself, you can choose to create a pause button on your body, so that when you are in the situation, immediately you can go and pause the button and pause yourself. And then later on, when you are just you just have taken a distance from the situation, then you can engage with the person or engage with a situation, or at least you can choose to, but you are not doing out of any impulsions, and you're not being impulsive, but you are taking your time and deciding for yourself, taking the responsibility about how you want to react to the situation, how you want to react to the person, so that you do not accumulate any negative emotions later on, which can be a little hard or heavy to clear. And to do your best in these 15 days is also to culture a positive state of mind. Now that's very important. So how do you do that? Well, you can look at any person. You can just remember any person. Could be a person from your family, from your friend circle. It could be your neighbor. It could be your baker or your grocery seller, or it could be your coach. It could be your guide, your mentor, anyone. Just remember that person. So the first step is to pause yourself. So press on the pause button and take your time. If you want to engage with the situation, engage with the person. And then secondly, to culture a positive state of mind, remember that positive person who always brings a smile to your face, who always inspires you to be positive. Why? How is it that going to help you? Because instantly you will connect with the energy of that person, even if you are at distance, and you can immediately change your state of mind. And if you can be surrounded as much as possible with people who inspire you, who make you positive, who give you a push to go forward in life, do so. That is going to be really amazing for your positive state of mind. The first 15 days are going to be challenging, but at the same time, these can be the most beautiful days of your life. Because when you know that situation is going to be difficult in the coming times, you can equip yourself better, you can prepare yourself better. So take the time to prepare, but with a very positive attitude. Because when you take time to prepare yourself, you can live that same situation very comfortably. Or maybe, at the end of 15 days, you would say, well, those 15 days were not that bad and they were quite easy. Well, I didn't feel that it was very difficult. That's because you were already prepared for it. So you can handle the situations, the difficult situations, in a very graceful way, in a very elegant way, and in a very calm way. And always remember, you handle it in a calm way or you don't handle it in a calm way, you're always protected, you're always loved, and we're always there to support you. So I wish you a very beautiful energy for the month of September. Whew. Well, so that was a beautiful message. I mean, for me, that was a message that it was quite interesting because I think the first 15 days of September can be the most beautiful days to learn, to grow, and to push my limits and to see how much I can do more in terms of self evolution. So that was great. And I'm going to start working on myself, start observing myself, as the guide said, and start remembering a positive person who inspires me, connecting to that person, and even why not spending more time with that person? Because if that's going to help me, why not? And I think more we are positive and more we can generate positivity. Well, so let's begin with the tarot. So I have my tarot cards here laid out already because I just did a session in French before. So we're going to keep the same cards to keep the same energy. So that's very interesting because here now I see that the first card. I'm sorry, is this card because that I don't know if you can see it well. Yeah. So this is a very interesting card because it coincides with the message of the guides who said that the first 15 days of September are going to be very challenging in the sense that we can have a lot of physical emotional shocks, as in our belief patterns would be collapsing. And so that actually, if you see well, again, I'm going to show it, it's like, the card where everything collapses. So it is also a card that tells us that, we need to push our limits. Not because everything is collapsing means that it is bad. It is also a sign of renewal. Some things have to collapse so that new things can, be constructed or can be put into place. As far as the professional life is concerned, so we have these two cards, The very lovely cards that say that we are protected. As the guide said, we are always protected. So we are really protected in our professional life with a very beautiful comfort zone. So I sense that maybe people who have just changed professions, changed departments, or changed posts, you will find yourself in a very comfortable zone. And also, I see the income getting better for all of us. So that's a beautiful period. As far as the as far as the financial life is concerned, so we have these two cards here, and these two cards show me that people who've been wanting to probably start with a certain training, start with a certain sort of university study, or maybe some diploma or any sort of training. So this is a time when I see a lot of signatures happening. Now, why am I saying this, and how is this connected to the finances? Because I have a feeling that through some study, or through your, it could also be a self study, a study of self, to culture that inner wisdom, and becoming wiser in terms of knowledge. If you're acquiring knowledge from the outside, or if you are culturing yourself to become more knowledgeable and more wise, that is going to help you to move forward, to generate more resources and finances in your life. I see signatures happening. So maybe some people would sign up to study, sign up for training, and through that training, through those signatures, and if you formalize that aspect of your training, it will really help you to generate more resources, material resources for yourself. So that's again something very amazing. As far as the love life is concerned, we have these two cards. Now, these two cards tell us that you really need to gather up your strength. What does that mean? It means that, there is a card that shows us that you may find yourself in a position when nothing moves. Your love life is stagnated, or you are in a relationship, but there is no growth, and you don't sense any growth, and you don't sense any, your relationship flourishing. But you really have to gather your strength to go through this phase, because some phases in life are obligatory phases. That means no matter what, we have to go through those phases in order to grow and become better and better. So this is a time where you need to use your internal strength, really strengthen up. If you've had a heartbreak, if you've had a rupture in your relationship, you know you were depressed, it's okay, it's valid, it happens, and we are sad. But don't let that sadness sink into you, so that you are defined by that sadness. So this is the case that you can avoid, and you can really push yourself beyond your limits, to gather the strength in you and change your state of mind, and just take that situation as an obligatory situation. No matter what, you had to go through it, you're going through it to get better and better in life. So that's wonderful. As far as the health is concerned, we have these two beautiful cards that tell us that some of you who've had taken decisions in the past to go through some operations or some intervention, or you may have to take some decisions in order to you know in order to solve some health problems. Well, I see that these decisions are going to be fruitful, because the card that follows these decisions tell us that you can have a better health. You can have a solid health after a few intervention, if intervention is the case. Or it could just be a decision. When you decide to do something, it could be as simple as, okay, I decide right now to let go of my depressive state, and then you will really move forward to something more stable and a happier state of mind. So that's again beautiful. As far as the message of the month is concerned, we have this beautiful card that tells us, go ahead, walk like a king, be confident, take your inner strengths, take your inner resources, and just keep walking forward. So if I had to resume everything here, so it's a beautiful message from the guides and from the tarot that tell us that challenges are going to be there for the first 15 days. We need to push our limits. We are protected. Financial life is good. Professional life is good. Love life, we need to take it as a ground, as a practice ground to grow and grow better and culture our internal strength. Health is good. Keep working on your positive thoughts and gather all your courage and fill yourself up with positivity and walk like a king, like walk tall and confident and go ahead, because we are protected and we're all loved. I would just like to tell you one thing, that the message of the guides and the message of the tarot that I'm talking about here in the session, it is very general. If you have some personal questions, if you have something very, very personal to ask, I suggest that you take an appointment for a tarot reading or for a channeling session, because that ways we can get deeper into the details. And I will post the link to take an appointment for a channeling session or a tarot session here in the description box. If you like this video, this live session, please hit the like button. Also, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel to continue to receive further notifications about my live videos and many other videos that I do, from spiritual growth to evolution, self evolution, self growth. So please, you have to subscribe to the channel to get that notification. Also, share this video with your loved and near ones to help them guide and help everyone to grow. And I wish you lots and lots of love and lots of positivity and a beautiful month of September. So take care and lots of love.